Hey, how are we doing? How's this month been treating you so far? So far, so good. Is the summertime treating you well? Wow, okay. It feels like this summertime, possibly for a lot of you, if this message finding you, there is something happening in the terms of coming home, like, with the Four of Wands energy and the world. There's also with the moon, Two of Pentacles and that Ace of Swords. So this feels to me that, a lot of you guys in here are dropping certain illusions. You no longer satisfy yourself with fantasies, what's coming through. It feels like a lot of you as well are letting go, like you're looking at this world and this Two of Pentacles. You're letting go of a certain weight that you've been holding on, or something that's been dragging you down. Literally, you're looking at that moon card and her plunging in that depths. So there is like a big energy of finally seeing the truth about something that, you finally realizing that it's time to let go. And this letting go of it, like, with this full clarity, this is what's bringing the energy of joy, happiness. Look how happy everyone on these cards is. And I feel like, whoever I'm speaking to in here right now, you have lived in that depths, in that darkness. And there's also like heavy emotion coming through with this. So maybe like, you had to deal with a lot of heavy emotions, and also like, with this Ace of Swords in here. So it feels like, you dealt with a lot of things by yourself. You needed to also like create a very strong mindset to carry yourself through this life. But what I'm kind of feeling with this Four of Wands, let me just, and we have that Nine of Cups on the bottom. So it feels this message maybe for those of you, looking at these two wolves on the opposite. So it's like one of the feelings that I'm getting straight away. So it feels like a lot of you who's been walking this path alone, or it felt like, you had to deal with a lot of heavy shit. 222 on my timer just seen. If you had to deal with a lot of heavy shit on your own throughout your life. So it feels like a lot of you in here, like, you're coming full circle. And a lot of you is meeting with like-minded soul, with the soulmate energy, like, looking at this Four of Wands. And I feel that, this path of that lonely wolf, and I feel like, the person that you're coming into that union, into that connection with, they also had walked this path alone. And I feel like, when the two of you meet, and there's something about full moon might be significant. You might meet around that time, or some clarity in regards to this person might arrive during full moon. There's a King of Swords coming out. I feel like this might be referring to, and there's Nine of Cups. I feel this might be referring to this new connection coming into your life. And I feel like the King of Swords in this set refers to somebody who communicates with you honestly. Somebody who doesn't hide even the darkest like parts of themselves or parts of their past. This is somebody who's going to come into your life and is going to be very honest about everything. And looking at dragonflies as well. Dragonflies might be significant. You might be seeing a lot of dragonflies when you meet this person. This might be like a sign from the, like, I don't know why that's coming through strongly. Or somebody, like, the person as well in here might be somebody who, has got a certain gentle nature, but also in the terms of like being very good at communicating with nature. I don't know why that's coming through as well. Or somebody who like is very, they have the intelligence. You're looking at that crow on top of him and that owl. So this is somebody who can hold a decent conversation with you, or somebody who can hold the depths of that dark past that you went through. There's a Ten of Wands on the bottom. So I feel we're speaking here about somebody who also didn't have it easy, and also they were, like I said, walking this path alone, same like you were both like sort of searching for, maybe not so much searching for each other, but I feel like, there's this, Two of Cups is coming out. So I feel like, when the two of you finally meet, or if this is something that's already happening, and then there's a Ten of Cups on the bottom. So I feel like this will be the very strong sense of recognition in here. There's High Priestess as well, and there's this Judgment. which I feel is going to, I feel this is the energy of like, you know, something that feels like literally otherworldly. Like, you know, when this happens, like, you know, it might even feel like everything up to this point that you believed in, or even everything that you've learned up to this point, you might even find it yourself to literally flip your script, or there's like, yeah, this big change of like kind of mindset as well coming through. Or you may be like, you know, you having a different understanding of what actually, you know, true soulmate connection feels like. Because you might have, yeah, with this moon, so you might have previously thought you have been in love, or, you know, you might have fallen to the limerence and things like that, but it feels like, you know, with this connection there's some kind of like higher level of clarity and understanding. You're looking at a page of swords as well, so I feel like this is like a beginning of you seeing things differently, especially when it comes to love and romance. And I feel like there is something, and yeah, also with this Queen of Pentacles that I forgot to mention that came out. So I feel like this might refer to your energy, and then this King of Swords is that that counterpart in coming into your life. And with the Queen of Pentacles, so you coming out as somebody who is grounded and got their shit together as well, and also very intuitive. And I feel it might refer to the both of you. You might be very in tune and very intuitive, no matter like, you know, what you're sort of dealing with currently in your life. And obviously there's this 10 of Wands, so there's kind of something coming here to an end. So somebody in here, maybe you, or maybe that person that you are about to cross paths with, like, you know, there is some heavier, difficult road and end of something here that they come into. Might also refer to you. I feel that, you know, you, that's when kind of, I feel like, you know, you might feel yourself to be attracted to them, or you might pull them into your kind of orbit, or, you know, or vice versa. Like, you know, when something is ending, or like, you know, somebody here is making decision about like, you know, completing something, finishing something. Yeah, because we started with the World, and there's a Fool as well. So yeah, as soon as something with the every ending comes a new beginning, and so on. So this is like it feels like when you, because there's definitely big soulmate energy coming through with this message. So it feels like, you know, you are crossing here paths with someone who shines some kind of truth, shines some kind of light on your path, or maybe even your understanding, like I said previously, of that love. And this is somebody with whom, like I said, there's going to be a strong, you're going to develop a strong intellectual bond very quickly. And also you're looking at that Hermit, so this is also somebody who, like, coming back to the beginning of this message about this, you know, doing a lot of things on their own, or, you know, never really having anybody to rely on. And I feel like, you know, you're going to be each other's, like, you will become each other's home and safe space very, you know, very easily and very quickly. Like, you know, there's going to be like this sense of recognition and home and safety within each other. But also apart from that, like I said, there's like this big completion coming through with this. So like, you know, the final bits of pieces of puzzle that are coming together for you, and I feel a lot of it will come, you know, because that thing, the King of Swords, refers to this person bringing like clarity as well, in terms of you understanding what you are truly worth. Like, you know, this Queen, the Queen of Pentacles, what do you truly deserve, what the real love feels like, what real affection feels like. And I feel it doesn't matter, like, you know, what sort of background, you know, both of you are, even the differences that you know, going to be there between the two of you. But I feel like, yeah, there is this protectiveness coming through in here. And I feel like, you know, with this Eight of Pentacles, it will further help you to work through possibly, like, you know, looking at the Seven of Wands again, something that you might have been repressing, or something that, some parts of yourself that you might have been hiding, because, you know, previously you might have felt yourself to be very misunderstood when it comes to your experiences and your baggage. But I feel like, you know, there's a certain person coming into your life that's going to see every kind of scar, every wound, and everything that you went through, and they're going to reflect that in some way to you, in terms of, like, you know, understanding where you're coming from, because they've had very similar experiences themselves. And yeah, this is somebody, and this is coming very fast for a lot of you. So yeah, like, you know, with this energy of the Four of Cups, you know, you might be completely not expecting it, but there is somebody sweeping into your life that, you know. And I feel with this Page of Cups, there is a certain element of, like, you know, crushing really hard on someone. And I feel like, you know, there will be affection developed very quickly. And with this Nine of Pentacles and this Tower, so I feel this might refer to you currently being a little bit like, you know, with the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, you have all your ducks in a row, or everything seems to be, you know, okay in your life, and you've got everything figured out. And then I feel like, you know, when this person's coming in, they're going to shake up your life a little bit, and like I said, your understanding of everything that you thought love was before. And I feel like this is the end of boredom and, yeah, change of perspective. The Empress and the Emperor. Yeah, so this is like the confirmation of this higher level soulmate, twin flame, something very important, and something that, you know, you definitely won't be able to ignore, and something that's going to change a lot of things. But I feel like it's going to definitely change it for the better with the Six of Wands. It's coming in to shine some light and to put you in your highest vibration, and that's going to work for the both of you. Okay, love you.